doing, making the whole scene the same. Big dog, about to bring the motherfucking pain. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
You are not prepared.
Come on now, we gonna dive in it early. Come on now, yes. Yeah. Keep up. Keep up. Oh, man. Yes, thank you. Yeah. You ready? Let's rock. We back, man. Another dope episode coming right at you, man. You know what I'm talking about? This your man, Big Man, with the big hands. You feel me? Y'all got to excuse my voice here lately, man. You know what I'm talking about? I be having to do a lot of extra screaming and aggressive talk for certain reasons here lately. You know, standing on business. Standing on business like I'm hoping you are, of course. But don't let that thing worry you, because today I present to you something new. Hey, say, man, you know I like to build it. We live in a society these days, you understand me, where these days, things of the past aren't as recognized for what they were that made great individuals. In this particular episode, because I know I focused a lot on the women in the past, and I've tried to play the medium with certain topics involving women or whatever. We're going to focus on the men and the young men. You understand me? And in the day, it comes a time where us as the men have to instill certain levels of integrity, moral, and respect in our young princes in training. You understand? I didn't say princesses. I said our young prince or princess in training. You understand?
Yep.
Because that's the only way they're going to get the kingly status.
Close.
So, today we're going to talk about something that's becoming a lost art. And we're going to talk about potentially why. And that particular topic today is chivalry dead? Oh, man, we about to get into it. And say, now I'm not going to try to make an all-day event out of this, but it depends on which directions we go. So let's go ahead and continue to build it. Okay. Chivalry. Chivalry is pretty much that act of kindness towards a woman. You understand me? Chivalry, in definition, is pretty much that. You know what I mean? The way a man behaves, certain acts of service for a woman, and not so many. You know what I mean? Example, it's frigid outside. You know, you see that a young lady that you're accommodating the time of is a little cold, and she came out there naked. She ain't got nothing in her arms. Why? Because she's a fucking woman, and this is the things women do. So what do? You were smart enough to dress for the occasion, right? Yes. Take that hoodie off. It's not your hoodie no more, sir. It is not your coat no more, sir. Get that lady that damn thing. Do you hear me? That's just one example. Another example.
Shit like that.
Another lost art. Young lady, you're accommodating. She gets out the car. Simple act of kindness. Hey, listen. Nah, baby girl, you just sit tight. I'm going to run around to your side, make that little flight, and make sure you high. Open the door, because I'm going to get a glance at you plus some more. For sure. Yeah! That's a little bit of chivalry to you. That's all it is. That thing, that's a little bit of chivalry. You know what I mean? Another act. We ain't gonna do that old school stupid shit where you throw your coat down for a motherfucker walking up, motherfucker, you drown before I throw my coat down. So we ain't even gonna talk now. That's stupid. I don't know why somebody would even think go around the damn puddle. That's what I'm saying. What would you do if I didn't have a coat? Or anything to come off my body for this puddle? So we're not gonna talk about that. But that was just a stupid example for chivalry, and I hate that is an example of it. So we're not gonna entertain it.
Nope.
Stupid. But another example, you know what I mean? Just simple acts, you know what I mean? Feeding your lady, cooking for your lady, you know what I mean? Just holding doors. That's always big, you know. Pulling out chairs, you feel me? I want to see if you're dragging a wagon, so I'm going to pull the chair out for you to see what's happening. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just so many things that we can relate to the topic of chivalry. And we're about to get into that now. Again, I'm not trying to make an all-day event out of this, but if I do, you will sit here and listen, because you ain't got shit else to do. Lock in with me.
Jesus Christ.
So, they're not going to get there. They're here. So, coming up, a lot of us, we were told certain things, but being trained is another, right? Being told means that you're more so just verbally directed. Training is hands-on showing. Big difference. Before we even move any further, men, future reference, you telling your sons, aka the prince or princess in training, you telling them is one thing, but you showing them is a whole nother beast. Okay. And that's going to make a lot of sense as we continue to go. Because, like I keep trying to, men are visual creatures. It's not just about women, them seeing women in sexes. No. We learn from watching faster. That's how men develop habits, develop traits, develop characteristics. Visually. We visually see the example in front of us of what we think is cool or whatever. That's what we're going to entertain, right? Okay. All right. You as a man, go back to the boy in you. Per se. You know, how was this young man brought up? I'll give you a second. You know, I think that okay, out of time. I ain't got my cup. So listen. This is what I'm saying, right? If you were brought up a certain way and there was a man present in your life, this is what you need to understand and or take a deep dive inside yourself to understand. Especially if you two now yield the power of guidance that either you received or did not receive. Very big that we understand this. If you saw an example of a man in your household, or not even in your household, just a mentor or anything. It could have been an uncle, could have been a big cousin, could have been your grandpa, could have been a stepdad. I mean, any other male form of positivity that showed you certain traits that were positive of how to interact respectfully to a woman, let's just go to that. And I get it. Not all of us had that. Not all of us had that. And not all of us were gifted to have that mentor type person as well. I get it. You know, we learned what we learned, how we learned it. And, you know, either we came out fine or we came out fucked up. There is no median. So, and just in case y'all wondered, I came out fucking stupendous. You know, thank you. Let's get some more for the big man for being such an awesome perseverer of circumstances. And shout out to my tribe. Yeah, because without you guys, I wouldn't be the man, the myth, the legend in process without you. Some more. Get a couple in for your tribe as well. Come on now. Those that had it. Okay, relax, because not everybody had this.
Lord
So,
have mercy.
So at the end of the day, right? If you seen a man being a man to a woman around you, you got a little free game about yourself, right? You got a little respect, you got a little remote, you got a little more, you got a little integrity of how you handle and you speak to women, right? Okay. Dope shit on it. All right. Now, if you don't, you grew up a little rough. You grew up in a little bit of the awkward side of communication, in my sense. You know, you was the one who was hitting the girls, didn't know how to tell them you like them, and doing all the mean shit to girls because you didn't know how to say, "Hi, my name is I like you." You were probably that fucking guy. You know, you was probably somewhere put girls' faces in the mud, laughing and hoping that she'd be your girlfriend rather than giving her a complete mud makeover. Despicable actions. That was the old you. Hopefully you're not beating the shit out of women now. Just throwing that out there. Hopefully you graduate from mud pies to black eyes is what the fuck I'm trying to say. I know people are coming in hot. I'm trying to build it. Give me some time and I'm going to yield it.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Facts. So, okay. You got somebody going that, gave you the image of what it's like, right? Okay. This was important if you do have a son right now. Because I'm trying not to, this shouldn't take all day. But, I get out of pocket sometimes. And I don't care. I don't give a shit what you think, because it needs to be said. It needs to be said. And I'm saying it for you, actually. Those of you who are already like, yeah, nigga, go ahead and get in your bag. I'm already elbows deep in that son bitch. Relax. Alright. But anyway. If you have a son right now, the prince in training, or princess in training, understand this, champ. Even if you're not with that child's mom. And guess what, King? It's not your fault.
Oh, shit, son of a bitch!
You will rest in peace.
I'm fucking with you. Ma'am, I'm sorry. He ain't shit. I can't. I know somebody was. I know you fucking lied. I relax. Those were jokes. Stay strong, King. But anyway, even if you're not with that child's mother, right, understand this. That doesn't give you a reason. Even if you got the fraud at temporary, and I'm not a fan of fraud, but I am a fan of understanding that, till a certain age, a child isn't ready for the truth. You start showing the child exactly who you are when they become, I say, about 11.
Let's talk about
it. When a child's about 11 years old, it's okay to show them exactly who the fuck you are. But anything under 11, I'd say, because not everybody's mentally prepped for that. Like, I just had an episode where I just talked about certain things involving my dad, but my dad was, he was compromised by the streets, if that's the lack thereof better thing to say. So, he was compromised as I was brought up, and it took the tribe, I just said, of gentlemen to keep me at a certain balance. And it took that handful of them just to keep me from being a wild bull. Because I was on my way. Youngin did have a kid at 16. Young Joe got me and Krispy Kreme. But that's not about me in my unfortunate situations. Man, she got me. Because this is what's important now. The opportunity to show the better versions of me that I'm responsible for. That, hey, listen, say, man, when you interacting with a girl, this is what you need to understand. I don't care how cool it is that your friends think that you talking, you talk to girls a certain way. This is what you train to know. This is how you train to interact, because not everybody gonna have the favor that you got, neighbor. So you need to understand this. If a girl is into you, that ain't got shit to do with the crew. Understand me? You got to be smart enough to know how to be respectful, how to be mindful, and how to be considerate. All in the same fucking breath. Even if you're not interested, it's a way that you relay that. It's a way that you play that. You don't sit there and you don't just down somebody for others' entertainment, because who's to say that this duck won't grow into a swan? And now you become the unfortunate motherfucker in life, and she only want to be in your pond. See, it's a different type of game we play when you instill this shit into your kids early. It's okay to teach your young kid right now, who is 6 or 7, that it's okay to say yes, ma'am, no, sir. It's okay to, you know what I mean? He see a lady at the store, start him early. Hey, son, hold that door. Hold that door for that young lady. You instill this shit in the child early, it becomes natural. See, a lot of y'all out here instilling all this bullshit in these kids early. They don't know nothing but the bullshit that you training them in. They don't know how to interact any other way but aggressive and awkward at the same fucking time.
Facts.
They can dish out a lot, but they can't take a lot. So it's just like, when you teaching a young male how to interact with a young lady, start prepping them for real life, like right now. You know what I mean? I got a son, in a couple years, he'll be a teenager, like an actual teenager. So, and I can tell now that, you know, girls ain't going to be into him. He's a handsome young dude, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's just like, he says little things to me now, right? So this is the thing, this is what I try to do. Now, I ain't gonna sit here Friday, y'all. I can't lie. Now from time to time, he may see me and mommy have a disagreement. It's given. I ain't going for no bullshit. I'm just not. You know, the big man gonna speak how he feel, especially when it's real. But it's not that, like, he always sees me. If we have a disagreement, he always sees me come back. Hey, listen, babe. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm affectionate. I'm loving. I'm never physical. That shit is lame. I'm never, you know what I mean, overbearing when it comes to trying to be, you know what I mean, macho in the situation. No, I mean, a disagreement is a disagreement. We're all going to have that every now and then in front of our kids. Sometimes, I mean, they get a little more aggressive than others, but, you know, it is what it is. We're grown. But he's always seen me show affection and respect to his mother, which is very big. It's very big for this reason, because the more he sees me portray love to somebody that he cares about, it's going to already be instilled in his mind that it's okay for him to do it when he comes of age. You get what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I have 2 sons. And like I said, in a couple years, I have one that will be of age for teenage type activity. And he's going to need this knowledge. He's going to need to be taught and spoke to a certain way that comes with, like, say, son, this is how it goes down if, let's say, scenario. My son wants to go to the movies. And I'm like, hey, man, I don't know if that's a good spot, right? Now, listen, I've trained him to be nothing but a gentleman, right? And this is going to be a hypothetical situation, of course. I've trained him how to be nothing but a gentleman, and he wants to go to an isolated environment where he is him, her, and a screen, and hopefully a lot of people around so it don't get too fucking wild. Because we know what the fuck happens in the movie. Especially when you get the chance to dance with that motherfucker you want to romance.
Wait
so
a
it's just
minute.
like, hey, say, man.
Wait a minute.
I'm already have him locked in with a balance. See, some of y'all don't send y'all kids out here with a balance. You understand me? So I'm already have him prepped for a real life situation, but I ain't gonna teach him but so much until he gets the first real life experience out. Now let's say this innocent young man that I'm training to be he's a prince in training that I'm training to be a king, right?
Facts.
He goes to the movies. He ends up with one of y'all fast ass little daughters. He ends up with one of y'all fast ass little daughters. Cause say at the end of the day, hey, say, this what y'all be fucking up. Everybody thinks that the males make the first move. No, we in the new generation, dog. These women are aggressive. And we don't know the type of background some of these young girls are being raised in. They're getting around seeing their mamas twerk, drink, and do all this other shit, chasing men, leaving them with their grandma and auntie all fucking weekend. So they already hiding the cooch around that fucking age. Now listen, say, my son probably just got done playing with some fucking, I don't know what they call plushies. Anybody wouldn't be doing that shit at 13. But if he is, that's cool. Nigga, stay a kid. You ain't missing out on shit, champ. If you ever see this at a certain age, they say, man, stay a kid as long as you can. Because society is dangerous, champ. You don't want these problems too early. But anyway, he goes to the movies. And the young girl, you know, she's more advanced. Mentally, physically, and potentially sexually, unfortunately. I don't wish that for him at that age too early, yo. I don't. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all be thinking that shit is cool and cute. Your son's out here fucking at fucking 14, 15. Then they end up like my stupid ass and have a child at 16. And they sitting around, looking around. Slobbering and drooling all over the place, panicking. No, yeah, dig, that shit ain't it, champ. Hold on to your shit, king. That shit'll come. But they get in the movie, they chilling. Next thing you know, they chilling. My little G sit there eating popcorn. Hopefully. Because he can be a wild boy. We don't know. We gonna talk about both sides of him, but he can be a wild boy. But he not in this scenario. He humble, he innocent, he pure. You hear me? Prince and tree. So he trying to be respectful. You understand me? She's a cute little girl, I'm assuming. And you know what I mean? He's just happy to be out the house up from the surveillance of my aggressive ass. So he's just chilling. Next thing you know, they chilling. You know, he feels a little hand on his chest. Oh, trying to get the popcorn. He don't know no better. You know what I mean? He a square up there. So, you know what I'm talking about? Next thing you know, little rub on the arm. She lays on him. Oh, little hole for me to get my drink. Oh, strike like that. Next thing you know, she grabbed my little G by the meat.
Holy shit.
He trying to be a complete gentleman because that's what he trained to be, right? So she grabbed him by the meat, and he don't know what to do. He just completely fucking shocked. He don't know what to fucking do. He ain't never had this experience, right? Okay. How do I handle that? I done taught him how to be a complete gentleman. He done respected this young lady the whole fucking night because this is a different generation. I'm building something, folks. You got to pay attention. This is a different generation we in. These women are way more aggressive. They want what they want. They see what they see. The internet is definitely attraction of, you know what I mean? It heightens everything these kids know sexually if they already went down that rabbit hole and been corrupted. So what if this little young girl is fuck all this nice shit? You hear me? Like my nigga trying to offer, you know what I mean, candy and, hey man, you want a popsicle or something from up there? Next thing you know,
My favorite flavor of popsicle is dick.
Jesus Christ, man. So it's just like, what if he comes home and be like, yo, Pops, you won't believe this, man. Yo, she grabbed me by my, You feel?
What?
Man, she grabbed me by your grab me by that ball. You feel me? What the fuck do I say? Cause if he telling me like, yo, I ain't asked for all that shit. I just wanted to see the movie. So this is the other side of it. This is why we got to have our kids trained for this, men. Now, in the world we live in now, unfortunately, it's fucked up to say, a lot of these young girls don't want to be treated tender anymore. This is why chivalry is potentially dead. Now this game, now that's at 13, 14. You know, teenage years. So, if these kids are sexually advanced and aggressive now, imagine how the fuck it's gonna be in the next 5, 10 years. So it's just like, I'm saying the shit that y'all niggas don't be thinking about. Cause you know what I mean? I have a daughter, right? Let's talk about it. I got a daughter. Oh, Mick, you got a daughter. What if your daughter do that? Nigga, she made. This is the realest shit I can tell you.
Let's talk about
I know how I raised my daughter, right? I had my daughter from 4 to 18, like, raised her type shit, right? Like, giving her nothing but male insight on how this shit really go out here. You understand me? She has no reason to be a failure or somebody who comes close to one when it comes to shit. This nigga didn't come from a fucked up background. She ain't had to work hard to really do too much until she had a chance to graduate type shit. And even then, I was giving her an option. So it's just like, I always gave her wisdom. That's what a lot of these young girls don't have. That's why they get out here and get so promiscuous too early. Is because they don't have that male voice that's guiding them. They don't have that person that's like, yo, I know you might be going through this, and I know boys might be telling you you're pretty and you are beautiful, but you need to know this. Holding on to this equates to that in the future. And I know you're gonna meet some little young punk that's gonna tempt you and want to take that from you. But just know if you choose to give it to him, and you choose to give it to him, and then you choose to give it to him, and you choose to give it to him, your value of what you're supposed to be then devalues now. So that's how I kick shit to my daughter in a real fucking way. So when I've let her go to the movies with somebody's little stinking ass son before, I'm sure. But it took about 5 motherfuckers to convince me. I wanted to be out that motherfucker in the goddamn parking lot with binoculars on and creep my ass in that motherfucker with a camo suit on with the motherfucking Yamin on me. You know what I mean? Just in case it got too friendly in that motherfucker. Because I'm a protector by nature. But at the end of the day, I can't control how she reacts outside of the conditions that she was raised in. The way the outside entities that might have encouraged her outside of how I raised her, or the people that I have had her around that raised her, has nothing to do with me anymore once she hits a certain age. Facts. You know what I mean? Or when she's not around me. Because a lot of these kids are great at pretending around us and they're a whole other person when they're with their friends. And that's something that a lot of y'all need to understand. So when these kids get out here to a certain age, y'all need to understand that shit ain't got nothing to reflect on your parenting if you were an actual fucking parent. Not just somebody who parented when they could, but parented the best they could as often as possible with the time that they had. So it's just like, and I get it. A lot of people who might be going through certain situations, male or female, who might not be seeing their kids. That's one thing. Like, that's a situation that's stopping you from being a parent. We're talking about the motherfuckers who have access to their kids and not parenting. You got to do fucking better. Especially if you're of the opposite sex, because it's your job initially to be the first line of defense to tell your kid about this is what the fuck is really going on out here. And if you're not doing that, you're shitting your child. Because if you are raising your children, male or female, with respect, and they run into a disrespectful ass child that comes into the scenario way more mannish than your child, and your child gets hurt because of a decision that they made to entertain this person, but they didn't give this person what they want. At the end of the day, as mad as you can get, nigga, you did your job. Because your child was the stronger person to understand, nah, I'm not gonna be no dummy. My dad already schooled me on motherfuckers like you. So when chivalry comes into play, you gotta understand, you know what type of child you have now, male or female. And you know if your child is going to be deserving of somebody who's soft. See, when we think of chivalry, chivalry's almost there because it's looked at as soft to a lot of these new generations. A lot of these young girls don't want soft. They want tough and rugged, and you know what I mean? You one of these young Johns, these young girls are probably more comfortable with called bitch than they are babe. Just keeping it hot. Just keeping it hot. The word bitch is so normalized now. It's just like the sting of disrespect to what it used to mean ain't the same. So now, you know what I mean? If you on some raw gangster shit with these motherfuckers these days, you probably get away with calling these motherfuckers bitch. That's my bitch, nigga. Yeah, babe. I'm your bitch, babe. Yeah. Yeah, you are my bitch. And I mean that with no disrespect to nobody's child or nobody's ears, but it's the fucking truth.
Facts.
You want to know why they might be so comfortable with it? Because they might have seen their mom comfortable fucking with it. They might have seen their grandma comfortable with it. They might have seen their cousins and their aunts being comfortable with it. So that's just another thing. That is cute to them. I'm so that, you know, I'm his bitch. Yeah. So going back to that other side of how I had to train my son.
Oh shit!
He has to know the fine line of what it means to be a gangster and a gentleman. G, this is very fucking important. And don't go twist my motherfucking words. None of this shit is applied to street. When I'm using it in the terms that I'm not to use it in.
Nope.
He has to know how to hit that switch of how to identify a young woman that is worthy of this level of respect of chivalry and a motherfucker that's not worth it, and he gonna get away with murder with how he talked to him a certain way because that's what they're into. So he doesn't feel like he's coming in the situation being the person who looks weak. He needs to understand. Look, man, don't ever disrespect no fucking body. Don't ever call nobody out their fucking name, right? You hear me? Don't ever call nobody out their fucking name. You call them whatever the fuck you want to, besides bitch, whore, and slut, right? Now, the moment they start showing tendencies, if that's how the fuck they want to be treated, let it fly. I said what the fuck I said, man. You can call it what you want. All y'all not training y'all kids how to be respectable young women, right? Keeping it square. And like I said, I'm a father of a young girl, so I can only hope she's out here portraying herself like a young princess in training. You understand me? She ain't hit queen status yet. She young enough. She too young, but in her mind, she might think she a queen, but she's still a princess in training. You want to know why? She got enough world experience to be a queen yet, but she can get treated like a queen by somebody who's already a pre-king. You understand me? You have to know what the fuck's going on to identify. If me, my child, herself is out here conducting herself like a motherfucker who ain't got no morals, on some slut shit and all that shit, guess what, G? I cannot control how society's going to treat her.
Facts.
Because that's not how this nigga's going to be put into the... You know what I mean? So if I have sons, right? My job is to be honest with them. My job is to be like, yo, end of the day, I want you to be somebody who's in the know. I want you to be somebody who's motherfucking out here aware of your surroundings. Because at the end of the fucking day, this was going to happen to you, G. This was going to happen to you. You're going to run into somebody and you're going to think they one way because they portray themselves one way. And if you don't get time to learn this person, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get embarrassed. Why? Because if you show too much tenderness too soon to somebody who's not used to that, they're going to make a fool out of you because they're going to assume you're something that you're not. So if I'm teaching my son how to be the perfect balance of, listen, son, it's got to be light, you got to switch on and off. If this person is showing you this is who the fuck they are, it's okay for you to be a little bit more wilder. But if this person's showing you that they moving with respect, they dressing with respect, they talk with respect, their attitude is respectful, and you see how they talk and treat everybody around you, that's the one you give the chivalry to. If that's who you're into. This motherfucker out here being disrespectful, all this loud shit, want to be in everybody's face, this and that. That's the one that you would have to understand, son. If you talk to a little crazy, that's because that's probably what they into. Chivalry used to come with the foresight of somebody seeing the level of respect you conducted yourself with.
Facts.
That's how chivalry was, bro. Back in the day when chivalry was an actual thing, when a man sought out a woman because he thought she was classy. He loved the way she dressed. He loved the way that she carried her appearance, the way she spoke to people, her attitude. Somebody who was deserving of him potentially pulling back some of his masculine walls and being like, say, would you like to accommodate me on a date? If I could, I would like to take you out. I'd love to, you know what I mean, to spend time with you. I'd love to be somebody who would, you know what I mean, get to know you a little bit more outside of this atmosphere. Like, the approach is so much fucking more different, right? The approach is so much more different. And if I, like this goes back to the past episodes, bro. If you, like, a motherfucker see somebody who's fully clothed and carrying themselves with a certain way, the approach is fucking different, bro. I swear to God. I don't give a fuck who you are, what color you are, what ethnicity you are. If you are a man, you know that's true. Because if you see a curvy motherfucker that's clothed, you're just as intrigued as the motherfucker that's walking around with her ass out. And that's just actual factuals, G. That's actual factuals. At the end of the day, man, this is what we need to understand. If we're going to be in this society, we have to learn how to be honest with each other and understand that carrying past morals, etiquette, and integrity into now could be something that actually saves a lot of this youth, because chivalry is just another form of respect. And if we're not teaching these kids, especially these young men, how to respect these women, we're ultimately headed to a fucked up place, because we're going to have a lot of the bullshit we got going on out here in the world now. A lot of people who want to be this and want to be that, but don't know where they fit in. You understand me? At the end of the day, man, as a young father or older father, you have to be understanding to the times of how to speak to your sons. You have to lead by example on that. You have to lead by example. There's no way that you're going to be able to tell your son that they need to be this type of man and that type of man, and you're not being that type of man. It's just no fucking way. There's no room for this hypocrite shit, bro. At the end of the day, I never said I was perfect. I never said I was the best fucking man. But I tell you what, I know I'm a fucking leader, and I'm going to guide my kids to success as long as they're willing to listen. As long as they're willing to listen. Because this is the reality of it. I've done far more good in this world than I have bad, especially when it comes to women.
Facts.
At the end of the day, we're all going to be placed in certain situations, right? What's going to happen? And us as men, we need to understand how detrimental it is to teach our sons the truth about the moral of what chivalry is. If chivalry is dead, it doesn't have to die with our kid. It doesn't have to die with our kid. You get what I'm saying? We can still have certain variations of that torch being passed on and carried on through our seeds, man. And it don't necessarily even have to be our seeds. It could be somebody's son who's looking for guidance, that sees that mentor or that loving, compassionate heart in us, that just wants to see them win and guide them to the right spot if they don't have it. We have to get back to having a tribe, gentlemen. Just because I get it, that's your son, those are your sons, right? Okay. That doesn't mean that only your opinion matters to them. If nobody else can tell your kids shit but you, you're already scarring them kids. Because what happens when they no longer have you? We have to get back to the tribe, man. We really do. Because once you establish a tribe, you get to see different variations of what things look like, and these kids ultimately get to choose the variation that is more commendable for them to take on top of what you've trained them to be. Long as you're living that example. Long as you're living that example. So, at the end of the day, you know, I feel like we hit the nail on the head today. I feel like we established a certain level of understanding. Fathers, we must be honest with our kids, our sons, our prince or princesses in training. You understand me? Because the ultimate goal is to raise a king that is respected, that has moral, that has integrity, that is successful, and somebody that women can respect. Not just lust after, not just, you know what I mean, look at it as a come up or a sponsor, but somebody that they can respect. And if we're not doing that, it's a chance that we're failing. So we must stick to that whole mindset, because there's too many women trying to instill this moral in these young males, and it's throwing off the balance of logic and emotion. And I don't want nobody to take that offensively, but it's the truth. Because when a woman instills certain things into a young male, what comes with that is emotional decision making versus the logic decision making. And if the last thing we need on this earth is more emotional young men who don't know how to place that emotion properly with the woman, because that causes aggression, unplaced aggression, and with unplaced aggression becomes a lot of shit you have to question. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So, but shout out to all the single moms who may be raising these young men who don't have the option of character, who can help mentor and guide their child or be some type of, you know what I mean, role model. I mean no shame or shade. I swear to God I don't. That's not what this is. But I do mean this. If you can find somebody who can help this young man understand, this is what y'all women need to understand. Everything that you're telling your sons is because it's going to piss you off. A male will tell that same kid that, and they'll act like they never fucking heard it. You know, it's the same exact shit you've been saying. It relays differently coming from a male. The male tone echoes differently in a child's mind. That's why when a dad comes in the room after seeing a mom, they ain't there pulling their fucking head up. Man, sit there, motherfucker. A male's tone is different. The aggression of how they relay information echoes differently to a child. And like I said, and granted, some aggressive women. I some aggressive because I've had the shit scare me by a couple aggressive women in my life. But that's here nor there. You know what I mean? But it had nothing to do, but it had nothing on the males that were over my life. Because that's a whole nother level of, oh no, like I don't know if I can beat this motherfucker. I might can whoop her ass. I don't know if I can beat this motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's a male's process shit if it get too wild. I mean, I never hit this motherfucker, but if I had to get that motherfucker above me, I know I could, but yeah, it's motherfucker. Ain't no sense in it. But anyway, I am your host with the most, and I don't want to brag or boast. I feel like we should celebrate. I wish I had my cup to give a toast. You understand me? Because I feel like this is a gentleman's topic. Chivalry, G's. We got to find a way to get back to what that essence of it was. We don't have to do it in the form it used to be, but the essence of what chivalry is, we got to get back to what that is. Because regardless of how much a woman respects themselves or not respect themselves, it's our job as males to make sure that we pull the best out of them, even if they're lost.
Facts.
Only a good man with manner and moral can turn around a lost woman. I've seen it. I swear, I've seen it. And it is much cooler for your child to be the person, even if she ain't got to be dealing on a sexual level. Just words of encouragement, respect, conduct, kindness. This is enough to change a person sometimes. Just experiencing that. And if we can instill that into these young men, I think we could be on to something, guys. That's all I'm trying to say. But anyway, I'm going to let it ride because I'm about to catch the high tide. Splash. So say, man, it's your man, Mick, man, with the big. Oh, my voice go. Yikes. Y'all got to deal with it, man. Hey, man, I'm out, man. I know what it's about.